Hey guys, so today we're gonna do one more review of the SH Figuarts Naruto Sage mod. So as usual, we're gonna have a look at the box, check the blisters, go through some posing, and then I'm gonna give you my final thoughts on the figure, so let's get going. So checking out the box, the front of the box has this little showcase where you can see actually the figure, and I quite like it. So when you buy it, if you buy it in a store, of course, you can actually see the real thing that you're buying. You have this big Naruto picture with this angry face looking, and some Naruto logo and usual Bandai logo. The side of the box is nothing too fancy, just the whole picture of the figure. Looking at the back of the box is much more interesting. So you start to realize that this figure is actually two in one. So here you get the Naruto Sage mod with the cape and the scroll. Okay, so far so good. But then you realize that what you can actually do from this is to remove the cape and the scroll and get a really normal Naruto figure. So awesome, we get two figures in one. It's like quite unusual from the machinations to allow to do this. It's definitely not what they did with the Minato figure, where you couldn't put out the cape, so I'm really happy they did it on this figure, but we're gonna get back on this later. So keeping on with the box, you get Uzumaki Naruto on the other side of the box. Great, and yeah, that's about it. So let's check the blisters. Alright, so in the box you get a lot of things. You get this Tamashii stand, which is really not common, like you have to wait what 10 figures to get one SH figure stand, so it's really good. You get this Rasengan effect, which is huge and nice with great painting on it. I mean, look at this thing, it's kind of, yeah, the painting is really awesome. That's for an SH Figuart effect, it's really well done. And you get many things in that main blister, so let's have a look at it. You get another smaller Rasengan effect, which is also really well painted. You get two kunai, that's great. You get two additional faces, so one with the base faces on the figure, and then this angry face for the Sage mod, and then this angry face for the regular Naruto figure. So if you want to put him in regular clothing without the Sage mod activated, you just get this alternative, which is okay. I wish there was also like regular face without the Sage mod eyes, but it's okay. I can deal with it. And then okay, you get here what goes on with the arms. So what you can actually do, so you get the cross arms here, and you can remove the two arms and put this instead. So yeah, there's a bit of manipulation to do, but basically you can take this part out, plug it into this part, and then plug it on the figure, and so you get regular Naruto, I mean, without the cross arm. And then if you just put these two arms and change the butterfly joints with these two parts, then you get the regular Naruto figure. So it's quite easy to do. I'm not gonna show it on the video, there's plenty of other video who did it. So here I'm just gonna take the figure now, and we're gonna have a closer look at the figure. So having a closer look at the figure, the first thing to say is that when you get this posing, it's literally back heavy, right? So here you can make it stand by its own, but maybe that's why they added a stand, is because yeah, it can easily get a pain to pose him. So just have this in your head, but overall, yeah, you cannot do anything about it. Articulation wise, well, I don't really like how they build the hips articulation, and it's quite loose. Nothing too loose, but yeah, the hips here are quite loose. I wish it was more like what they do on the Dragon Ball figure with the additional pieces here, but with the cape, and if I pose him on the side, cannot really see it too much, so that's okay with me. I like the fact that they added a joint on his head. Head, I don't know how you call this, by the way, so let's call it the headband, whatever. So you can make as if he has there's some wind and more dynamic pose. So that's quite good. As you can see, that the cross arm comes into two pieces, so and it's very easy to remove, so be careful with that. So there is one piece here and the other piece that gets the hand stuck on it, so it's not as good at what they do recently on the Dragon Ball figures for the cross arm, but once you put it on, it kind of does the trick. So anyway, as I told you, there's this piece that you can change into the black color, so you can put the black arm when you want to remove completely the coat. And then you can remove the scroll as well. It comes with these two parts, and then you peg them all together with the scroll. So if you want to pose him with the scroll next to him, you actually can. Anyway, yeah. Then about the painting, painting is okay. There's not so much shading on it, and I think it's not that good on the band part here. So, well, anything unacceptable, but they used to do better. The knee joint is also a bit ugly to me. Like it's a single knee joint, and yeah, when it's in this position, I find it not so good. And the last part that to me is a bit cheap is this ankle part. So you don't get too much of a rocker on it, and the sculpt is really bad. Like the toes are barely sculpted on it. So yeah, it kind of feels cheap, and the fits are really tiny for the figure. So I don't know, maybe it's gonna be a bit hard to pose him. So speaking about posing, that's the next step. So I'll leave you now for some nice posing and then come back with my final thoughts. Alright, let's jump to the conclusion of this review. So I really like this figure. The big advantage that I see is the accessories that you get. It really comes with a ton of accessories, and these two Rasengan effects are awesome. Basically, because of this, you can literally make two figures out of one. So you get one figure with the whole Sage mode closes, and then you can use all these awesome accessories to make just a regular Naruto figure. So that's really great, and it rarely comes this way in the SH figure lines. So I really think they try to make this line goes on with this figure, and which makes it some really good buy if you're into this Naruto line. Now, looking at the drawbacks of the figure, well, the first thing I say, some of the painting is a bit, okay, let's say it's not as good as usual on the SH figure. I'm thinking about this band here on the leg that is a bit messy to me. There's no much shading going on as well, but that kind of gets usual now. And also, well, the knee joint is not so pretty when you get some knee bend. Alright. The other bad point on the sculpting itself is that the toes are not sculpted. Let's say it's kind of ugly, but from far away you don't really see it, so it's still okay. And finally, the waist articulation is a bit loose for my figure, so I don't know if it's just my figure or just just a defect, or if it's on all the products. But you can tell me that in the comments if you'd like to. Alright, and then finally maybe the price, because this figure tends to get scarce. Yeah, the price are already getting high, so yeah, if you're into the Naruto line for the SH Figuarts, and you must know that this line is kind of halted or like dismissed. So if you want to buy one figure and you like Naruto, then this is the one you want to have because of the accessories. And if you don't like Naruto and just like action figures, maybe you should skip it. So that's my final thoughts. If you like this video, don't forget to like it and subscribe to my channel for more reviews. And then I will see you next time.